Hey everyone, let's talk a little bit about RSI and a little bit more about the class too. So, I mentioned in the other video that RSA stands for Regular Substantive Interaction. It's a new, almost universal, national mandate about the way that online courses are conducted. And it boils down to how I interact with you and my need to explain that to you in an online course. And the first thing is I've got to put my office hours out there. They've always been out there. Most of us have always done these things. This semester, office hours are on Friday from 1 to 6 p.m. California time. You can really meet with me anytime during the week. Just reach out. My schedule is open, and if those hours don't work for you, we'll make a point to meet with you on Zoom. What I would ask in all cases is that you reach out ahead of time. In case somebody is already in a particular window during office hours, I'll need to schedule it around that window. So just reach out to me. As I said, I put my phone number in the syllabus quiz where you can email me whatever works for you, and we'll set up a time to meet. Right. Number two, about RSI. I have a job to give you feedback pretty immediately, right? So I will generally get feedback to you no later than 48 hours after an essay is due. And your job, when I give you feedback, is to read it and to go through it, to go through your essay and to see every note that I make and to read my summary comments as well. So I will grade your essays in SpeedGrader, and there will be a summary comment in which I talk about in general what you did well or what you did bad or a combination of both. But then in the right-hand margins of your essays, you're going to see little notes. They look like little tiny teardrops. They're called macros. And those macros lead to a box that says, okay, this works really well, keep it up. Or, no, you missed this, please avoid this, right? That kind of thing. So it's a combination of good and bad criticism, just like with everything. Now, also with RSI, okay, in addition to the summative feedback, which is what I'm giving you on your essays, there's a necessity for what's called formative feedback. And basically this means I've got to give you announcements every Monday. It sounds like an obligation, and it is, okay? But it's really important. I need you to work with me on this. I need you to check into the class every Monday to read my announcement to you. Every Friday, I will release a module, and then every Monday, I will write you an announcement. Sometimes those will be video announcements, probably half the time. And read through it or watch it, please, in detail. So I'm going to cover what's been going well in the class, what needs to improve in the class, or give you a heads up on an essay that's due, or help you understand how to write a discussion, that kind of thing. So just sort of fix it into your brain that on Mondays, you're going to check in, you're going to read the class announcement, and doing so is going to absolutely improve your performance in the class. There's just no doubt about that. Now, we have a Carnegie unit. Long story short, you got to do about 10 to 12 hours of work per week in the class while you're in it. I encourage you to log on even while you're drafting your essays, just so we can document the amount of time you spend in the course. That's the world we live in now. If it were up to me, we wouldn't do it that way, trust me, but that is the world we live in now, and we all must abide by it. So, when you're working, even when you're drafting, when you're writing your formal essays, log on and just sort of manage your time that way so it's measured in the system. All right, please, and thank you for doing that as well. Now, I also want to talk about the course a little bit more in general. I mentioned in the announcement these concepts of ethos, pathos, and logos. They're central to argument. They're central to persuasive writing. And the simplest way to get these across to you is to say ethos is your credibility as a writer, and it's gained from good grammar, good spelling, but it's also primarily gained from the quality or the credibility of the sources or evidence that you use when you're writing. And I'm going to give videos during the class that'll show you how to get the best sources through MJC's library really easy. Okay, so you shouldn't have any trouble finding sources in the course. I'm going to guide you very heavily in that way. The pathos of the ethos, pathos, logos equation just usually means emotion. It's probably the least important element of argumentative writing, But word choice means something. And if you can manipulate a reader, and that is your job in argument, if you can manipulate a reader by using emotionally laden words or just somehow structuring things for maximum impact, it makes your argument stronger, then you do it. And there'll be tricks that you'll discover in the class and ways to do that. And finally, the logos. And that means logic. It means that an argument we're going to write by avoiding logical errors, logical fallacies. It means it will have strong transitions. It means it will have very clear structure in our paragraphs. And one thing that's often missed in this course is you just have to remember, I'm not the reader of your essay. I'm the grader, and there's a big difference. The reader is anybody. I mean, anybody in the general population who can pick up your essay off the floor and read it. So when you're writing to a general reader, you have to give a lot of background information just so there's a framework for the argument. So you're not going to jump in and say, in the essay we read, well, the reader wouldn't know that. You would have to go back, identify the author, the title, give the context of the essay, etc. So that's part of writing with logos, okay, considering the reader's awareness of what you're trying to do. All right, so those are some important points now about RSI and about what argument is. As I said before, and I just beg of you, go through every module, every element of it in order, and reach out to me if you have questions, all right? I'm here for you. I look forward to working with you, and for now, we'll talk soon. Bye.